SPCA shelters are not necessarily conducting animal control work for municipalities. In most cases where we have animal shelters around the province, those shelters are caring for animals that have been surrendered to us so that we can find new homes for them. But most municipalities run their own separate animal care facility for animals that have been seized from the public because of public safety reasons or public nuisance issues. So in most cases, what will happen after some kind of dog attack is animal control officers from the municipality will respond and investigate the situation. Oftentimes, police are involved too. The dog will be assessed to determine whether or not it needs to be deemed a dangerous dog. And most municipalities have designations, licensing designations for dogs to ensure that once an animal has actually attacked somebody, it has a dangerous dog designation, which means that it must be muzzled in public, and there are other stipulations put on the control of that animal to ensure that the risk is lowered of that animal actually ever harming someone again. There's very little out there in terms of province-wide tracking of dangerous dogs. So even in situations where a dog is deemed dangerous in one municipality, that information isn't necessarily going to carry over to another municipality if that animal's owner happens to move to another jurisdiction or just even be in that other municipality with their dog one day. So if a dog is deemed dangerous in Surrey, is it going to be, is that classification going to be retained if the individual moves to Vancouver? Likely it won't. There's no provincial registration system for dangerous dogs, and we see that as being a real gap. We've been in conversation with the government for a number of years about the possibility of creating more of a registry around dangerous dogs in the province so that we can ensure that these kinds of situations where you have dangerous animals crossing municipal boundaries are rectified. We really need to make sure that in these situations, every community has all the tools available to them to be able to ensure that animals that have shown some kind of propensity to be aggressive towards other people or towards other animals are brought in within the system, they're regulated, their behavior is restricted in ways that reduces risk of public safety. And currently the system right now in BC where it's left up to individual municipalities is just really falling short. There isn't that consistent communication between municipalities where animals might be crossing over into different jurisdictions. And there are a number of regions of the province in areas outside of municipalities, in rural areas where there's no animal control bylaw at all, no animal control officer, no pound facility. And so it can be very frustrating and even frightening for individuals living in those communities. If there's a local dangerous dog, who do they contact to rectify the situation, to take custody of that animal and protect themselves, protect their families, protect their own animals? It's a real gap.